Continue on North Elk Run Road for 3 miles.
Hello. Alright, it is 2 o'clock in the morning in Waterloo, Iowa, and we have just completed delivery. Oh my god, we've got that customer's crap out of my van. And we can get the bed down and get to sleep. We're headed towards a truck stop because what looked to be 2 local parks nearby where I dropped off turned into it looks like I could almost park here, but that's just too busy of a road. Too many 18-wheelers. The parks were a no-go. There was no driveways, nothing. It just, they weren't what they weren't legitimate parks. So that means we got to go to a Flying J truck stop, and that means a lot of noise and a lot of diesel fumes potentially tonight, which I'm not really happy about. Aside from that, we got right here pretty directly. The only extra time was for our fuel stops and one wrong turn because in Canada I set my GPS for no toll, so it doesn't route me on the 407, which is a no-no. No one's going to pay for that. I'm going to have to pay for that. It's a great route across Toronto, but too expensive for what it is. Anyways, but then if you're in the States, you got to set it back to tolls, or else it routes you a weird way through Chicago. It's only like a little 3-4 mile stretch, but it's just dumb. And I started going that way, so I quickly stopped at a Love's. I made the best of it since I realized what was going on. Last time I didn't. I just ended up on these streets, and I'm like, why the fuck is this thing taking me on streets when there's complete highway the whole way? And then I realized I had it set for no tolls, and it was giving me a little route around, which wasn't that long. But anyways, that being said, that little Love stop and turning back onto the highway and going back the way I came turned into 10-mile overs, which is interesting because when I initially wrote down my route in my journal, I'm getting pretty good at this, I guess. I took the Google Maps and I added 10 miles for gas stops, and I went 11 miles over. My final mileage was 11 plus Google Maps, which is reasonable. If they're going to pay me the Google Maps mileage and I ate $11, or 11 miles, that's like a gallon of gas. I'll take the $2, whatever, not a big deal. However, if it's less than the 738, then I'll be a little bit bummed out. I'll feel like I'm getting shorted too much. So that being said, we are headed to a Flying J, and you can hear how much of a rattle trap this van is and how bad the roads are in Iowa. It's like at some point they decided to make all their roads out of concrete, and the concrete is now shit and probably too expensive to fix. They're just horrible. They're bump, 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 bump. If you have a regular passenger car with a regular suspension, it's probably, you don't notice it, but in a rattle trap van like this, it's awful. So I gotta go pretty slow here, but we're only within a few miles of this truck stop, so that was our trip to Waterloo, Iowa. I'm glad that stuff is out of my van, and now I can get my bed down. It's just a mess back there. I had a cardboard box for my printer I was using as a laundry basket, and that got all crushed. We're gonna see just how unusable that box became.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Dubuque Road.
I had some personal items in there, but I think they'll be okay. My fault anyways. We had a couple of hard stops and a couple of hard accelerations, so maybe I could start driving a little bit more carefully, but
turn left onto Dubuque Road.
We were careful most of the way. Anyways, here we go, bumping over some railroad tracks, going through a yellow light. and I said turn left.
Continue
right?
on Dubuque Road for 3/4 of a mile.
Dubuque Road. Okay, I'm going to get out of here and have everybody have a good night or day wherever you are. And we're going to get out of here and get onto that truck stop and get some sleep here at 4:30 in the morning, daylight savings time back home. But it's now, oh yeah, it's savings, what is it? Is it daylight savings time or it's not daylight savings time anymore for winter time? I don't know, whatever it is. So it's 3:30 in the morning back in Eastern time zone where I'm from, and 2:30 in the morning.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Plaza Drive.
So, that being said, that was our reasonably good trip to Iowa. Quick and done. I mean, not quick, it was 12 hours, but we did it. I like to do that stuff straight. I don't like to dilly-dally and split it up with some kind of break, although I did stop in a rest area and give a
Turn
little,
right onto Plaza Drive.
do a little bit of a 10-minute nap. But we quickly smelled diesel fumes from all the trucks parked there, so we got the hell out of there and just trucked on. It was only an hour and 40 minutes
Continue
left.
for half a mile.
It's only an hour and 40 minutes left, so we just took a risk. I was a little sleepy on the way, and but we made it here, and I just like to get it done, and that's more money in your pocket, and I can sleep quicker and potentially get a load faster, maybe round out the week with one more load if they can give me something tomorrow. But tomorrow's Wednesday, and I think that's I can't remember if that's the start of the new week or the last day of the old week, but they do start it in the middle of the week, kind of weird like that. Have a great day. Here's a road ranger, a night ranger, ha ha ha. Alright. And there's the Flying J.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Doris Drive.
You know where else the Flying J is? Flying J. Sorry, everybody. It's kind of rude. But that's what I think of when I think of Flying J.
Take the next right onto Doris Drive. Then your destination will be on the left.
Blah, blah, blah. Have a good night.